Hey guys, welcome back to another video of Bloom Outdoors. So if you guys are followers of the channel, or have been for a while at least, you would know some of the mods I have done to this truck. This is my 2018 F-150. Got a 6-inch lift, 35s, 20x12s. So one thing that I have done to this truck, due to the big tires on it, I've done a cold air intake. That is under the hood. Not super important. It's the S&B cold air intake. I've also done a tune on it. That was all kind of early on. I think that was before, I think I did all that before I even got these tires put on. But one of the most recent things, I guess, that I've done, I don't know if you want to call it power-wise or what you want to call it, but is this. If you guys are kind of followers of the channel, you would know I did this a while back. Probably 3 or 4 months ago I got this thing installed. And as you can tell here, as it says, it is the name is Velocity, but it is a throttle sensitivity controller. So as you can see here, we've got stock, mild, medium, high, and extreme. Stock is obviously your stock settings from factory, but in my case, since the truck does have a tune on it, then it's stock of what the tune came with. So the tune alone, it already came pretty much with this same kind of concept. Like, it bumped up your throttle response from factory with just installing the tune on it. So even for me, when it's on the stock setting, it's still gonna be better than it is stock. But I do drive with it on, I think it was the medium setting, the one in the very middle. Yeah, medium. So we've got stock, mild, medium, high, and extreme. I normally drive with it on medium. If I'm being honest with you guys, just the medium setting is extremely touchy. Like, you can just, if your foot is like this, I'm not sure how you can be able to see this. If your foot's like this and you just barely tap it like that, this thing will downshift and just go instantly. That's just on the middle setting on it. I think it was medium. You put it on the extreme on the throttle sensitivity controller, and then you put your truck in like sport mode, turn off traction control. And if you guys have the stock tires on it, you could, I mean, I don't know if this is true, but if you're in 4-wheel drive, you could probably do a burnout in all 4 tires, because you have that much power you're putting down instantly. I know with the tune on it, and I have even this thing turned up just to the middle setting, which, like I said, is the medium setting. Just with that turned up, and I totally go on it, when this thing shifts from first to second, I can roast the tires. I can roast the tires from a dead stop. But as you can tell, and like I said, they are 35s, 12.5 wides. This thing is wide, it's tall, it's big. Nothing compared to like a 40, but it's still a 35 is a big tire. And I guess also to note with it too, this is the Nitto Ridge Grappler. This tire is a hybrid, so it's a mud all-terrain mix. So it's great on pavement, it's great in mud. You can see the tread pattern here. I get a lot of traction with this. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I get a lot of traction. So honestly, with the stock tires, I spun them way more, and that's due to the size of them, because they're smaller, they're skinnier, the tread isn't as great. With these, they're taller, they're wider, and the tread is just absolutely fantastic with them. So it's honestly really hard to spin the tires. You can do it from a dead stop, but it's really hard. You have to go absolutely pedal to the floor to roast them. That's because you've got so much meat back here, and the tread is so great. You just gain traction instantly, especially with the traction bars on here as well. Then we have that extra support to the rear end. So when we hit it, like hit the gas, our rear end isn't gonna hop, and that tire hops and bounces. It just keeps it flat, puts all that torque and horsepower just down instantly to the ground, and you just take off and fly. So I'm telling you guys, this setup is absolutely great. I'm going to take you guys for a little drive here. I'm going to show you the difference between what it is like just in the stock setting and the, I think it's medium setting is the middle one. That's what I typically drive with it, and that's just kind of the daily driving. And then if you want to really bump it up and you want to go to that extreme setting, you can go to extreme and sport mode. You can really crank it up, and you can absolutely haul with this. So I'm going to take it out for a little drive here and show you guys what it is like. Alright guys, so as I just showed you a little bit ago, but I'm going to show you again here, if this thing focus right. There we go. It's really hard to show on camera. Shows up a lot better in person because I can see from back over here, but I'm getting this nasty glare off the dash right now, so it doesn't really show up that well. But you can kind of see here, we do have 3 dots lit up here, so it means we are on the medium setting. You can press down and down, so now we're just on the regular stock setting. And same thing this way, we can just press the up button and turn it up to extreme all the way. But first thing I want to do is show you guys what it is like on the stock setting, and then we're going to go ahead, move up to the medium setting, and then show you the extreme setting. I'm not really sure even how well it's going to show up on camera, because it's not like you guys can watch my foot and feel the vehicle like move at the same time. It's kind of something where you have to be driving to really experience it, but I think you guys will be able to see like my hand move enough from holding the camera to really see even just how much this thing really jolts from when I just barely tap on the gas when I'm in that extreme setting. So we're gonna go ahead, start off in the stock setting. So like I said, it's gonna probably be hard for you guys to really experience it or understand it, just because you're not the one driving. So when you're driving, you can really tell a difference, but like I said, I don't know how well you can really tell on camera. So as you can tell, I kind of hit the gas to take off here, and there's not much of like a jolt. It just kind of feels like a nice, soft, slow drive into it, I guess, if that's what you want to call it. Like I can hit the gas and it's just a nice, smooth acceleration. So that is one thing that's pretty nice, I guess, about it being at like the stock setting, is you can just go into that pedal really nice and soft and slow. And well, you know what I mean, like it's a nice, soft, slow acceleration, but when it's turned up all the way, then it's just going to be super sensitive, so you barely tap on the gas and it just goes. So I'm not even used to it right now because it's kind of light for me. I'm used to it being turned up a little bit, so I'm more used to kind of a more advanced setting. So you can tell I'm just on the gas, nice slow acceleration with it. And so I just turned it up now to the medium, right? Yep, mild, medium. There you go. You can see we're on the 3rd dot. So like with my foot being right here right now, that's what it was for that nice slow acceleration earlier. And as you can tell, that speeding up, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I can tell it was probably almost close to double what that acceleration was. So you can definitely feel the gains a lot more, even with it not turned up all the way, just turned up a little bit. You can definitely tell the gains in acceleration. Same kind of thing. I can just kind of barely get on it here. My foot maybe goes down a 1/4 inch on the gas pedal, and this thing just goes. Like, it doesn't look like I'm doing much, obviously, but you can hear it in the exhaust, and I can even tell in person that it's kind of doing quite a bit. But it's just, even with my foot, like my foot maybe goes down like not even a 1/4 of the way on the gas pedal. I'm talking like a 1/4 inch. You barely touch this gas pedal and I'm accelerating, and literally to hold my speed is like I'm pushing the pedal down probably 1/16 of an inch down just to hold my speed. Like you almost have to use cruise control if you just want to keep a steady speed, because of like how much acceleration you have going forward when you're just barely pressing on the gas. But that's another thing with it too, have noticed or whatever, you can tell I've just stayed in the same gear the whole time and it's just going up and down. That's about to change here, because once you get into that extreme mode, then it is definitely not like that. We are now in extreme mode, as you can maybe see through there. I'm not really sure, but my foot is just barely touching this gas pedal, and this thing just goes. Like I literally don't know how to describe it to you guys, other than this is probably, like, I've driven a lot of different vehicles, but this is probably the touchiest vehicle I have ever been in now, because you get the tune plus this throttle sensitivity controller on top of it. This thing is so touchy. You're in this extreme mode, and it is just super touchy like this. And I remember the first time I drove it in this setting, then from what I was used to, going from like the original stock setting to going over to the extreme setting right away, because that's what I put it on right away, see what it was like. I put it on extreme, and I remember just to hold my regular acceleration, I would go down on the gas to where I knew where I would have to push down to keep my acceleration, and it would literally downshift from like 7th to 5th instantly. I would gain at the speed, let off, and it was just constant cycle of that, because I was used to putting my foot down in that same place to keep the acceleration. But with this, you are just literally barely pushing on the gas, and you are just totally moving. I'm gonna go ahead, put this into sport mode. Sport mode, turn off traction control. There we go. So sport mode, traction control off, our throttle enhancer or throttle sensitivity controller turned up, and I can just feel it too. I barely push the gas, and this thing is just instant, just down on the ground, ready to roll. So I can show you guys here. Come to a stop, show you guys what it's like here. I was literally not all the way down on the pedal. I'm not lying to you guys. At first, I was probably a quarter of the way down because I didn't want to spin the tires that much. But then I kind of got into it a little bit more. At the end, I was probably holding down 3/4 of the way down on the pedal. I was not pedal to the floor. Stuff in my back seat went flying. As you can tell, sport mode here just keeps your RPM super high, and it is just ready to go all the time. And I'm not sure if you guys could tell or hear in the video, but when it shifted, I think it was from first to second. It was either first to second or second to third, I'm not sure, but I totally spun the tires. My back end shifted. Like, this thing is wild. I'm serious, guys. Like, you might not think this is really worth it, and keep in mind this was, I think, $250, but I got it for $200. I have a video installing it, like a review and an install video on it. I can leave a link for that also down in the description below. But this thing totally hauls, like, completely. I don't know what else to say other than you might not think it's worth it right now. Like, I don't even know how to describe it to you guys. If you've never driven with one of these, then you wouldn't know what it's like, and that's how I was too. I've never driven with one, so I didn't know what it was like. But once I installed it and put it in, and you actually drive with it, you know, I don't know if any vehicle I have after this truck, or like in addition to or whatever, if I can ever go without one of these, because this is so nice. Like, just the ability to be able to control how your pedal responds. And you might think, oh hey, your pedal's great the way it is right now, but if you get this and you turn it up, you'll be like, I didn't even know, like this is insane. I don't know how you describe it, because I thought this pedal was, honestly, I thought it was pretty touchy before I even put it on. Once I put this thing on and I turn it up to extreme, like, holy crap, like, you are in some kind of foreign sports car thing with like the touchiest pedal you've ever been in. Like, I don't know if you guys can see my foot here, but like, I'm right there. I just barely touch it like that. Like, just like that. You can kind of hear it rev. When I do that, then this thing downshifts and goes. Like, I don't know how you describe it. You just barely touch the gas, and this thing just goes. Like I said, I don't know how else to describe it for you guys. Tried to show it to you. I guess you really can't quite understand the full concept unless you actually do it yourself, or if you actually drive with it yourself, then you understand what I'm talking about. I don't know what else to say about it other than this thing totally hauls, and if I had to redo it, I would definitely do it again. I would definitely install this thing. This is by no means any kind of like race truck or anything, but this thing absolutely just hauls. With the 6-inch lift on 35s, this thing is quick. Like, this is the fastest truck I've ever driven. I guess, I don't know what else. If you guys have any other questions or anything like that, drop a comment down below, let me know. I guess that's pretty much about it. I don't know what else to say. Just thanks for watching another video of Boom Outdoors. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you guys next time.